Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Phone Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 44 of Winning a National Title with every team in the game. And if you guys didn't miss last episode, well, I guess the last 3 episodes, that was a whole Big Ten week. Michigan State, Purdue, then Maryland. All 3 in 1 week. So hopefully this week we'll be getting a new team and a new team outside the Big Ten. But who knows? If we do get the Big Ten, it's just another team down in the Big Ten. We're almost done with it. So all in all, but yeah, if you guys are new episode means new team, means a wheel spin. Let's see who we get this time in the wheel spin. Haven't done my favorite team of Kansas yet, so hopefully we'll get that soon. But we're not going to the Big Ten. We are actually going to the East. No, to the West. I guess technically you could say East in a couple of teams, but we're going to Boise State. But we're going to the Mountain West, which we are taking on Boise State, who is an 81 overall, which isn't terrible, but a lot better than a lot of the Mountain West teams, and almost. We're going to have Ashton Jeanty, which is nice. We'll take that all day. But, as you know, these guys made the playoffs this year, so hopefully we can do that and hopefully give them a win this year, but highly unlikely with how many good teams there are. And 81 overall normally doesn't win a championship. So I do not want to look at recruiting just yet. I do want to take a look at our coach abilities. So we are a motivator. We do have architect without even unlocking the tactician tree, which is nice. D-line and linebackers have the skill cap, so we'll probably upgrade that once we get motivator done with mostly the defensive side of the football. Nothing else really, and then on the recruiting side, it's only really less scouting for D-line and linebackers. Our offensive coordinator does have recruiting, mostly for the offense. So that's good to know. And he does have scheme guru, mostly on the offensive side of the ball, but he also does have the D-line, or they take a fatigue hit, so it technically helps the offense. Our defensive coordinator does have elite recruiter on the defense, which is nice for weekly recruiting hours for D-line and DBs, as well as larger impacts for secondary and D-line as well. And we will also have motivator, but nothing for off-season training boost. So need to get some training boost started for everybody. But, of course, taking a look at the team, the best player that we have on the team is Ashton Jeanty, who will probably be going. Where do you guys think he'll be going? Do you think he goes to the Cowboys in the first round? You never know what could happen there. But we do have a lot of seniors, at least in the top. We do have a decent quarterback and a decent left tackle up here. So hopefully we can continue with that because our quarterback is an 82 and he's going to be starting for us. So that's going to be very, very nice. Dubar might take over for Jeanty in a couple seasons, so we'll have that going for us. Wide receivers need help. Tight ends need help. Offensive line looking pretty decent besides the right side of the line. D-line looks pretty good. We definitely need linebackers. Definitely need corners. Safeties, yeah, because they're both seniors. Need a strong safety. And we have a kicker. We also have a sophomore kicker, so that's going to be good for us there. But I'm going to go ahead, simulate Season 1. I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Boise State. And here we are at the end of Season 1 with Boise State. We go 11-1. I get the hiccups all of a sudden for some reason. But, 7-0 in the conference, I think our only loss came against Oregon, and it was only a 3-point loss. So, a very, very solid season with Boise State. I think I could be wrong. I think this might be their actual record that they had last year that went into the college football playoff. Obviously, not the same ranking because we are ranked 16th. I'm going to say if we win, we probably make the college football playoff in year number 1, just as the 12. We got a nice 3-star corner coming into the school as well. And we lost. We lost to Fresno State in the Mountain West Bowl, or Mountain West Conference Championship. Carson Beck wins the Heisman. 3,900 yards, 45 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the season. We got the best kicker, so that's cool. Unfortunately, we're playing Middle Tennessee in the New Mexico Bowl. Honestly, though, We're not winning the Natty this year anyways with Boise State. We're like an 81 overall team that there is no shot we make that national championship with only 81. Usually it takes like an 88, 89 to even make it there. But pro potential, we actually lost our bowl game too, but we do go up to a 3.5-star prestige. Pro potential conference prestige do go up, so that's going to be nice. Kansas State ended up winning it all over Penn State 17-10 with Liberty, Liberty, Texas A&M, Michigan, Kansas State, and Wake Forest as the automatic qualifiers, with Boston College, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, and Rutgers and Clemson making it as the at-large bids. But that's going to end Season 1 with Boise State. It's on to Season 2. And here we are in Season 2 with Boise State, where we go 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. But we'll be playing San Jose State in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. So hopefully this game can go a lot better than Fresno State last year, and hopefully we can get a win. Because I feel like if we get a win, we should get a bye. And that would be a very nice thing for us to have a bye going into the college football playoff. Taking a look at the schedule and how we did, we beat USF, we beat Houston, then our loss came against App State, but then we beat San Diego State, beat Notre Dame, and then we just kind of ran over the Mountain West. We ended up beating Fresno State, who did go 10-2, 31-17, and then we had a couple close wins late in the year, along with UNLV, with only by 3. But other than that, I mean, New Mexico was close. Even App State's loss was only by 5. So all in all, we just got to beat San Jose State, and if we do, we get a bye. So that would be, again, very, very nice if we can get it. That's what we got to hope for. We get a 3-star defensive tackle, which will be nice. And we did win. So we're 12-1 on the year. So we win the Mountain West for the first time in, I guess, 2 seasons. We did a couple of times with Fresno State when we did them a couple episodes back. Devin Brown wins the Heisman Trophy. Ohio State, a couple of different Heisman trophies in this simulation. But 3,500 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for the Ohio State quarterback. And, of course, we do get a bye in the college football playoff. Texas A&M end up getting the other one with Boise State, Clemson, Michigan, and Kent State as the automatic qualifiers, with Georgia, Penn State, Oregon, Syracuse, Ohio State, Florida State, and Notre Dame. We got unlucky because no matter what, I feel like we're going to lose because Georgia and Penn State are very, very tough. So let's see who we have to play. It's probably going to be Georgia because, like I've said, I think in almost every episode, I always have to face Georgia at some point. I think besides last episode. But we don't have to. We have to play Penn State in the quarterfinals. So let's see how we do against Penn State. We're both 12-1. Their only loss came in Big Ten play, and they're an 89 overall. Highly unlikely that we win this game, especially as an 84 compared to an 89. But however, we've seen sometimes that the 84 has pulled off upsets, but I don't think we're going to go very far if we do win this game. Looks like we're going to start with the ball first. And our first drive ends in a punt. Penn State gets a touchdown, and it's 7-0 at the end of quarter number 1. Here now it's 10-0. We do get a touchdown to make it 10-7. And it'll be 10-7 at the half. So keeping it close as much as I can ask for. It's now 17-7. We need a touchdown on that drive because now Penn State can pretty much just run out the clock. They're driving pretty good on the defense. It's now by a 17-point game. We just turned the ball over. It's 27-7. Now we're starting to drive down, and we get a touchdown just after the 2-minute timeout. We get a stop, but it's too little too late. I mean, we're not even going to score the final point in the game. Penn State will beat us 27-14, and they'll move on to the semifinals. We just kind of got the terrible luck at that point, being the 4, having to face either Georgia or Penn State was just an unlucky roll that we end up having. So we'll simulate to the end of season recap like we normally do after we lose or after the season ends. Just see who wins the national title and see how they did it. Hopefully we lose to the eventual national title. Pro potential is down to a D+. Don't know how, but all right. Even our star rating went down to a 3. We were just in the college football playoff. What do you want me to do? Coach stability goes down to a B-. Coach prestige, but athletic facilities does go up, and that is decent. And Penn State ended up winning it all, 30-23, after beating Georgia 39-37, then beating Clemson 24-8, and then beating Ohio State 30-23. So really the only ones with buys, Clemson and Kansas State were the only two to win. So all in all, that's going to do it for Season 2. It's on Season 3 with Boise State. And here we are in Season 3 with Boise State. We go 11-1 again, having to face Fresno State again in the conference championship. They went 9-3, 8-0 in the conference. We went 11-1, 8-0 in the conference. And we had a pretty good year. Our only loss was against Oregon, and we got blown out 52-22. But then we kind of just ran through everyone besides UNLV when we only won by 2. But everything else was by double digits. So hopefully we can continue that, besides Miami of Ohio and Memphis, but those were early on in the year. But hopefully we can continue that and move on and win again and get hopefully another bye going into the college football playoff again. This time, a little bit better of a team. We do win, so we are 12-1. So back-to-back Mountain West Conference champions. We'll take it. We got a Defensive Player of the Week with 1 sack, 6 tackles, and 2 for a loss. So good job from him. And 9 catches, 152, 2 touchdowns for Prince. And now we get the bye week. Sometimes we get the random Week 16 bye week, and sometimes we don't. It's really weird. But, oh no, we signed a 3-star halfback. That's going to be nice. Helps out the depth, at least, for running back. And we do get our coordinator of the year. So that's nice. So it looks like we're probably going to need a new coordinator. But Tommy Newman wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,800 yards, 42 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And we do get a bye. So it'll be Colorado, Boise State, Michigan, Florida State, and Tennessee getting the automatic qualifiers, with Georgia, Oregon, Wisconsin, Miami, Ohio State, Clemson, and Notre Dame making it as the at-large bids. We're probably playing Georgia. I can already tell. I can already feel it. In my mind, it's going to be Georgia. So who will be playing is the answer, and it is going to be Georgia. I always knew it was going to be Georgia at this point. But let's see how we do against them. They're 12-2. We're 12-1. And they're at 90. We're at 86. So Georgia does have the overall advantage. Would love to beat them here in Season 3 with Boise State. Made the college football playoff the last 2 years, and especially as the 4 seed back-to-back years. Just got to continue that and hopefully win this game. Looks like we're going to start on defense first. And our defense gives up a touchdown and a field goal. So it's 10-0 early for Georgia over Boise State, and it's going to be 13-0. Now 16-0. Still, we have yet to be on their side of the field. 16-0. Now 23-0. Yeah, we're just going to get blown out. It's Georgia. We're just going to go ahead and advance the quarter. There's no point of watching it now. We're finally going to score a touchdown, but we give up 2 more. And it's 40-7 blowout win for Georgia, having an easy route to the semifinals. I just hate Georgia, man, at this point. They always ruin the runs every year. Or they try to, and we or eventually have like a 90 overall. Granted, 86 is still not going to cut it for winning a national title. But all in all, Georgia will beat us. I mean, we still got maybe another year to where we are like a 90 overall, maybe. So hopefully that we can at least take that with a grain of salt and just hopefully win this next season and go from there. So unfortunately, another season comes to an end in the college football playoff quarterfinals, but again, another bye. We're now a 4-star school. We dropped down to a 3. Now we're back up to a 4. Pro potential is an A, and conference prestige went down to a C+. So that's not great. But Oregon ends up winning it all, 41-39 in a, not an overtime win. They only win by 2, but Georgia ended up losing to Oregon, and everyone who had a bye lost. Us, Michigan, Florida State, and Tennessee. Tennessee was the only close game. That's a yikes. But that's going to end Season 3. It's on in Season 4 with Boise State. And here we are in Season 4 with Boise State. We'll be winning 11-1 again, facing now 10-2 Colorado State for the Mountain West Conference Championship. Trying to win 3 in a row. This season, we're a little bit better overall. We are up to an 89. They actually did pretty well. FCS, Wisconsin, Marshall, and App State before losing to Wyoming. But then beat San Jose State, absolutely destroyed New Mexico and Utah State, but barely beat San Diego. We did beat Colorado State earlier on in the year by 11. Then we beat Fresno State by 6, Air Force by 16. So hopefully we can continue winning, because if we do, we get a bye again. And hopefully this time we're not one and done. We can actually move on to the semifinals if we can get a win, obviously, here. We did get 378 XP, and we did win, so we're 12-1 and ranked second in the nation. So that means we're going to get a better seeding-wise compared to number 4. So we'll take it. We'll gladly take that. Matthew had 8 catches, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. And that means we're going to get a bye into the college football playoff, and we'll see the seeding. We also just did get a 4-star wide receiver, so that's going to be nice. We did drop now down to an 88. Our offense did go down a little bit. We also won Coach of the Year, so that's nice. We also didn't lose our coordinators because he just won it again. So back-to-back years where he's Defensive Coordinator of the Year. And Christopher, I always butcher this last name, Vizina, with 3,900 yards, 40 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, wins the Heisman for Clemson, and bye in the college football playoff. We are the 1 going into this. Army, Texas A&M, Boise State, Stanford, and Colorado made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Notre Dame, Tennessee, Texas, Syracuse, Michigan, Florida, and Clemson making it as the at-large bids. There's a 9-4 team in this college football playoff. It's kind of wild, and 2 of them, Texas A&M too. But let's see who we get. Tennessee did do well to start. I know at one point they had a couple Heisman Trophy potential candidates. So we'll kind of see who we have to play here in the first round. We got to face Tennessee in the Peach Bowl. So, we do have to hire staff this time. So let's see how we do against Tennessee. They're 10-3. We are 12-1. They went 5-3 in the SEC, which is kind of wild, but they are an 89. We are an 88. So we do have the better defense, but that's what's carrying this overall, because our offense is down to an 87. So we desperately need to get a win here and finally stop being one and done in these college football playoffs. So it looks like we're going to start on defense first. And we actually get a stop on defense. Granted, our offense can't do anything until now. We are going to be starting the second quarter with a football and a touchdown to start the second quarter and a field goal, all in the same quarter when we go up 10-0 early on. Right after half, we get a big touchdown. It's now 17-0 going into the fourth. And now we get another huge play, and then we kick a field goal. So it's 20-3 or 20-0. Tennessee finally scores. It's now 20-7 with under 2 to go. All we need is a first down. We can't get it, but we do kick a field goal to go up 23-7. A couple big throws, but at this point, this game is over. Where we are moving on. Boise State, we are finally not one and done. 23-15 win over Tennessee. So we are going to be moving on to play Texas A&M. Probably Alabama. I don't think Army would beat Notre Dame in the first round, but we'll check. We will definitely check here, though. But I mean, that would be amazing if they could, because then, Notre Dame did win. I was not surprised. But let's see who we play: Notre Dame or Texas A&M in the semifinals here in year number 4 with Boise State. We will just see, and it's going to be Morgan Freeman as our quarterback. It's a great name to have a quarterback as, and it's going to be Texas A&M in this next round. So let's see how we do against Texas A&M. They're 10-4. We are 13-1 on the season. They're an 89. We're an 88. But same exact defensive overall. It's hopefully our defense can really step up against this Texas A&M team, because we're going to need them to. If they don't, we're going to be in big trouble. Looks like we're going to start on defense first as well. And they're going to get a touchdown, but so do we. And then we get a turnover, so the defense, and we're going to go up by 2 scores, but unfortunately we turn the ball over. It's 10-7. We again turn it over, but it doesn't cost us. So 2 big turnovers forced by Texas A&M. They haven't really done anything besides stop us from scoring. It's now 17-10 here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 4, we can't do anything. They get a first down on 3rd and 5, and then they can't do it on 3rd and 6, so they get a punt. All we need to do is get into field goal range, and we are close. 4th and 5, though, and we, I guess, missed it, but they're going to go for it on 4th and long. They couldn't do it. We get a first down, and Texas A&M is going down to Boise State 17-10. Well, we'll take the win, and that means we are moving on to the national championship here with Boise State here in year number 4. And it's been pretty dominant, too. Besides the first season where we didn't even go to the college football playoff, the last 3 years, we've gone to the college football playoff, and this is the first year we'll be into the national championship. And who will be playing? Roman gets the Defensive Player of the Week. Also get National Defensive Player of the Week, so that's nice. We'll also get one for offense because we're the only one playing. And we're playing Syracuse in the national championship game. Who did they beat to get here? They beat Michigan, Stanford, and Colorado in pretty much close games, too. Michigan was by 2, Stanford was by 6, and then Colorado was also by 6 as well. Not in overtime. That one was in overtime. And this one was not in overtime. So, be a tough battle here against Syracuse. So let's see how we do against Syracuse. They're 12-3. We are 14-1 on the season. As we know, we're an 88 overall, and they're an 84. So, kind of surprised seeing 84 overall in the national championship. But we'll have to battle because they're obviously good. So we gotta step up and play very, very well. So we'll kind of see how. It looks like we're going to start on defense first. Hopefully our defense can force some stops. We do get a stop, and we turn it over. But no scoring after 1 for both sides. And now Syracuse gets 2 turnovers back-to-back, and it's 10-6, now 10-7 at the end of the first half. Still 10-7, now 10-10. There's been a lot of turnovers in this game. It's 17-10 Syracuse, and as I said, turnovers. There's another one. It's 17-13 now after we kick a field goal. Defense gets a stop. Offense is finally getting the ball on their side of the field, and it's a touchdown. It's a 3-point game. 3rd and 18. 4th and 23. They don't even get a yard. And we get a first down, and Boise State has won it all here in year number 4. An amazing season from Boise State. This is not the toughest ones. We didn't have to face Georgia. Round of applause because we didn't have to face Georgia this round. But first year we didn't make it. Last 2 years we did. One and done seasons. And this year we do it and we go all the way. So Boise State is another team down. We still got 80-plus teams probably still. I haven't really went into count, but I know, we're 40-plus episodes in, so there is that. But we'll have to go check out the stats before we do head on out. Before, as you know, with the winning team, we always have to look at the stats by everybody. So, unfortunately, we couldn't win it for Genty because he left in year number 1. But all in all, Morgan Freeman, 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and his redshirt freshman season. Caleb came in to throw 6 for 8 for 79 and a touchdown. Rushing-wise, Marcus Liggins, he was hurt. Maybe that's why we struggled to run the ball because it looks like he got hurt at some point. But 770 yards, 4 touchdowns. Freeman added 582 and 4 on the ground. Riley had 373 with 3, and Gaines had 53 for 186 and 6 touchdowns. With Sean Cummins with 6 carries for 6 yards and a touchdown, the fullback. Tyshawn Liggins. Wait, we had 2 Liggins on this team? I'd say they're brothers. We're going to go with brothers. One's a sophomore and one's a senior redshirt. Boom. Brothers. 1,040 yards, 9 touchdowns. Kroom. I believe I did that name right. 1,002 yards, 8 touchdowns. Ellington at 761 and 9. Wagner, the tight end, 287 and 5. So we had 2,000-yard receivers. Defensive-wise, Lacey had 81 tackles, led the team. Kaywood had 13 tackles for a loss. And Madry, I'm going to say that's the right, 10.5 to lead the team for sacks. We're just going to go by Clay, Trayvon, and Franklin, or Johnson Jr., all had 3 interceptions to lead the team, and Clay and Trayvon both had 9 deflections. We had a couple forced fumbles. Lacey actually had 3 by himself and recovered 4 of them. Do we have any blocked kicks? We did have 2 blocked kicks. We did not have a safety nor defensive touchdown. Mike here had 51 for 51 for extra points, and he missed 3 field goals on the season. Punting-wise, Landon Thompson, 2,300 yards. Punting, 1 blocked, 9 inside the 20. Kick return, we did have a kick return touchdown. Cameron Bates had 1, and punt return was nothing. So anyways, that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It is free. Well, it helps out the channel. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're very close to 500 subs, and once we hit that number, we'll be doing a 24-hour stream right here on YouTube, playing a bunch of games, probably winning more national championships with every team, along with probably playing some over the show, because I know that'll be coming out pretty soon. And we'll also be having our Zoo Overall franchise on that as well. So that will be pretty fun, because I do know there's a lot more franchise improvements, so we'll definitely be playing that once it comes out with our Zoo Overall franchise, once we get that going. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.